My name is Andrew Ramsberg. I serve as the Dean of Undergraduate Education for the School of Engineering, and I'm an Associate Professor in the Department of Civil Environmental Engineering. Please join me in welcoming the candidates for the Bachelor of Science. Please stand as able and join me in welcoming the deans, advisors, department chairs, distinguished guests, led by Platform Marshal Kyungbum Lee, Dean of the School of Engineering and Carroll Family Professor, as well as the engineering faculty, led by Faculty Marshal Sergio Fantini, Professor in the departments of Biomedical Engineering and Electrical and Computer Engineering. Please be seated. We shall now begin the 2026 commencement ceremonies. Please welcome to the podium the Dean of the School of Engineering, Kyungbum Lee.
Good morning. Good morning. Greetings to all of you. It is my pleasure to warmly welcome you to our 2026 commencement ceremony for the School of Engineering. I'm Kyung Lee. I'm the Dean of the School of Engineering and a faculty member in Chemical and Biological Engineering. Yeah, it's okay to clap. Welcome to our graduates, families, friends, and loved ones. It is a pleasure to be here celebrating with you all today. As we kick off today's celebration, please join me in welcoming our faculty and distinguished guests here on our platform. A special thanks to you, Dr. David Rosowski, for joining us today. We look forward to your remarks later in our ceremony. Class of 2026, congratulations. Today is a milestone, one that reflects years of hard work, determination, and resilience. Earning an undergraduate degree in engineering at Tufts is no small accomplishment. Not only do you need to complete a rigorous engineering curriculum, you also must embrace the arts, the humanities, and the social sciences. This requires discipline, persistence, creativity, and the willingness to commit to broadly educating yourselves. You are a truly well-rounded engineer. Over the years, you have challenged yourselves in your coursework, in labs, in seminars, in design projects, in research, in the many experiences that happen outside of the classroom, but are just as important to your growth. You have learned how to think critically, solve problems, collaborate across disciplines and differences, and keep asking questions when the answers are hard. Along the way, you have also learned something just as important, that failure is not the opposite of progress. It is a part of it. In engineering, things are not supposed to always work out. Designs fail. Experiments don't produce the expected results. Code breaks. But each setback teaches you something new and pushes you to iterate, adapt, and improve. That process of testing, failing, learning, and trying again is inherent and essential to good engineering practice. And perhaps most importantly, you have learned that engineering is not only about what problems we can solve, but also about what problems we should solve. That idea is at the heart of what makes Tufts Engineering special when we say we want to be an engine for good. At the School of Engineering, we believe engineering should serve people. It should improve lives, strengthen communities, and help address the world's most pressing challenges. And doing that well requires more than technical skill and knowledge. It requires judgment. It requires humility. And it requires commitment to making ethical decisions, especially when the right answer is not obvious or the easiest one to embrace. As engineers, you will help shape systems, technologies, tools, and ideas that affect how people live, work, heal, move, communicate, and connect. That is an extraordinary responsibility. And I hope that you leave Tufts not only with knowledge and technical expertise, but with the contextual awareness, values, and perspectives to use that expertise wisely. That matters right now more than ever. We live in a time of rapid technological change, a time when innovation moves quickly and when the consequences of those innovations are far-reaching. In the years ahead, you will face moments when your skills will give you the ability to build something powerful, efficient, or groundbreaking. In those moments, I hope you will ask to yourselves, who does this serve? Who might be left behind? What are the risks, and how can this be used in ways that genuinely make life better for others? These are important questions to ask yourselves, and asking them is part of what it means to be a Tufts engineer who's an engine for good. For many of you, your journey to this day included times of uncertainty, stress, disappointment, and day-to-day challenges, large and small. There were long nights, difficult assignments, projects that didn't quite work out the first time, or the second time, or the third time, or perhaps never. And days when you may have doubted yourself, but you kept going, you adapted, you learned, and you grew on your own with the classmates, your family, and supporters. And that perseverance brought you here. Class of 2026, you should be very proud of yourselves and know that we are all incredibly proud of you. I also want to recognize the many people who helped you to get this day. To the parents, guardians, and siblings, grandparents, extended family members, friends, mentors, teachers, partners, and loved ones who support our graduates along the way, thank you for your encouragement, patience, sacrifice, and belief that have helped make this moment possible. This day is not only a celebration of what our graduates have accomplished, it is also a recognition of the communities of support that helped them get here. Graduates and honored guests, please join me in recognizing all those who support our students, those who are here with us today, and those who could not be present but here in spirit. Thank you. Graduates, when you first arrived at Tufts, you were beginning to figure out who you wanted to be. As students, as engineers, and as people. Over time, you found your footing, you found your people. You built friendships, developed confidence, discovered new interests, and learned how to contribute your talents in meaningful ways. And there's no single Tufts engineering experience. Each of you brought your own perspectives, values, and strengths, and ambitions to this campus. Each of you has taken a different path, and each of you has left a mark on this community. Your class has demonstrated academic excellence, creativity, initiative, and commitment to applying engineering in ways that matter to other people. For example, students in biomedical engineering designed and fabricated medical instrumentation, innovated on sustainable agriculture, and contributed new approaches to disease treatment. Students in chemical and biological engineering contribute to research in sustainability, materials, human health, for example, developing novel membranes that can filter heavy metals from water. Students in civil and environmental engineering applied their work to infrastructure, environmental quality, and global community engagement, including projects focused on water access, public transit, and engineering outreach. Students in computer science advanced research in AI science, health, genetics, and computation, while also creating opportunities for others through events, hackathons, and outreach efforts like the Cybersecurity Clinic. Students in electrical and computer engineering built creative and practical tools like Dunkin' Scout. If you don't know what that is, please look it up. It'll help you get a cup of coffee nearby, and perhaps at a lower cost. Engaged in global design work, and brought technical innovation to real-world challenges. And students in mechanical engineering demonstrated the breadth of engineering itself through work spanning design, manufacturing, printable robots, rocket launches, and more. And a side note, having learned that these rocket fuels are sometimes stored in trunks or other vehicles parked on campus, thank you for storing them safely. These accomplishments are remarkable, not only because what you've done, but because for how you approach the work with curiosity, collaboration, empathy, understanding, and a desire to contribute something meaningful to other people. And your impact has extended far beyond academics. Many of you served as leaders of student organizations, peer mentors, course assistants, research assistants, resident assistants, and community builders. You supported one another. You welcomed others in. You helped make the school a more vibrant and generous place to be. Thank you. As you move forward, I hope you carry with you not only the technical knowledge you gained here, but also the habits of mind and values that will guide you in the future: curiosity, thoughtfulness, collaboration, humility, resilience, and a sense of responsibility to other people. I hope you continue to ask the difficult questions. I hope you remain open to learning. I hope you stay grounded in the understanding that engineering is never only technical, it is also deeply a human endeavor. I hope you take with you optimism about what is possible. Being optimistic is not being naive, and being cynical is not being wise. I know you have the values and the knowledge and skills to bring forth hope and an energy of optimism to make things possible that seem impossible today. Some of you may be staying at Tufts for the next chapter of your academic journey, and if so, we are happy to welcome you back. Others will go on to graduate school, companies large and small, established startups, research labs, public service, nonprofits, and other paths. Wherever you go next, I hope you move forward with confidence because you have all the answers, not only because you have all the answers, but because you have learned how to think, how to adapt, how to collaborate, and how to lead. And as you do, know that you will always remain part of the Tufts community. Today, you join the Tufts Alumni Network, a community of engineers, innovators, leaders, and change makers across the world. We're excited to see what you will build, what you will improve, and how you will use your talents to make a difference. We're proud of what you have accomplished, we're proud of what you have become, and we are proud to call you Tufts engineers. Congratulations, class of 2026. I know it's getting hot, so now it's my great honor to introduce our distinguished guest speaker, Dr. David Rosowski. Dr. Rosowski is a proud Tufts engineer, a member of the School of Engineering Board of Advisors, and a nationally recognized leader in higher education innovation. Over his career spanning more than 3 decades, he has served in some of the most influential academic leadership positions in the country. He currently serves as senior advisor to President Michael Crow at Arizona State University, where he contributes to the design and advancement of the new American University. Prior to this role, Dr. Rosowski served as Senior Vice President and Provost at the University of Vermont and as Vice President for Research at Kansas State University. He also served as Dean of Engineering and Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute and as head of the Zachary Department of Civil Engineering at Texas A&M University. In addition to his leadership, Dr. Rosowski is an accomplished scholar, having authored more than 300 publications and receiving numerous honors, including the ASCE Norman Medal and the ASCE Walter L. Huber Research Prize. His work extends beyond engineering, with widely read writing on the future of higher education, appearing in publications such as Forbes, The Chronicles of Higher Education, and Inside Higher Ed. A double jumbo, he earned both his bachelor's and master's degrees here at Tufts before completing his PhD at Johns Hopkins University. His career reflects a deep commitment to advancing research, education, and the role of universities in addressing complex global challenges. Please join me in welcoming Dr. David Rosowski.
Congratulations, graduates. I'm really honored to join with you today and to join with your family and your friends to celebrate these accomplishments and share in your collective pride, because I can feel it. That you're all sitting here on the Hill, so proud of these graduates and knowing, just as I know, they're going to go on to do some amazing things. So I'm looking out at you folks and remembering my 2 commencement ceremonies sitting exactly where you are. The first for my BSCE and the second for my MSCE, civil engineering, right? Now, to be fair, that was the 1980s, so my memories aren't all that clear. But I may not be able to remember who I was sitting next to. But I do remember the 2 commencement speakers. The infamous Tip O'Neill, politician from Massachusetts, who served as the 47th Speaker of the U.S. House of Representatives from 77 to 87. This was the Massachusetts politician, done amazing things and gone on to Washington to really hold court. And the second speaker was the inimitable Gloria Steinem, who was, of course, a renowned journalist and social political activist who emerged nationally as a recognized leader for the second wave feminism in the United States in the late 60s and early 70s. Now, I can remember that 4 decades later. You can understand how it's a little daunting to be standing in front of you today hoping to say something or make you think something that possibly you're going to recall in 40 years. I can recall my feelings sitting right where you are today. I had excitement, I had some uncertainty, I had some relief that I passed ES3 in the 2nd semester of my senior year. That wasn't my wisest move to postpone that, and a sense that while anything was possible, as I was being told by the speakers right here, I still needed to pick a path, and I still needed to go down that path. And that was when I realized that, as you are today, you're kind of on your own now. You're on your own to make your own decisions and choose your own paths and make your own mistakes and hopefully make more good choices. My parents wouldn't be there. My favorite faculty members wouldn't be there. Even some of my closest college friends wouldn't be there. But that was something I also had to come to realize, that I could still call on these people. I could still seek them out for advice or guidance, or just ask them to listen as I noodled through a decision. But that too fell on my shoulders, right? Because I still needed to make the effort and ask. And I can tell you from experience, good and bad and hard and even hurtful, that I never regretted making the effort to reach out to these trusted people. These are the people, many of whom are here today. These are the people who love you and who want for you and who can see you for your failings and still know that you can come out on top. You're not losing them. You're moving them into a new position. You're asking them to play a new role, and you're establishing a new and equally precious relationship with each of them. In my case, my decisions took me to Hopkins for my PhD and then onward into a world of higher education and more than 40 years now of teaching and research and leadership. And in each step and in each move, I reflected on my career trajectory. And each time I did that, I came back to one inescapable conclusion. It was my Tufts engineering education that prepared me for success. I used to tell people I had the closest thing to a liberal arts degree in engineering you could get. And that is a pretty cool thing, and it has served me extraordinarily well. So with each career step and pivot and new set of challenges, the point became more evident and more important. Tufts prepared me to be a broad-thinking engineer. And I've worked at many engineering schools across the country, and nobody can lay that claim with so much authenticity. It was my Tufts education that allowed me to cross disciplines, to cross cultures, and to cross barriers to development and implement solutions. And to do so in a way that was effective and respectful and responsible, whether it was to our people or to our communities, to our planet, or to our precious and shared futures. I was a better PhD student because of my Hopkins education, because of my Tufts education. I was a reasonably good PhD student at Hopkins, but I was prepared to be successful there because of what I learned at Tufts. And I was there with students from all over the world, and that Tufts degree really prepared me to be a strong and capable and confident student and then an employee in the world. I was a better professor because of my Tufts education. I was a better researcher because of my Tufts education. I was a better leader because of my Tufts education. So lean into your Tufts pedigree. Take comfort and confidence that your degree will mean so much to you throughout your lives at each step. Your light will shine brighter and your stock will forever be rising. Right now, all of your lights are right here on the hill, but starting tomorrow, your lights will disperse across the country and even around the world. But know that you will always, and I pray for this for you, know that you will always be connected to this special place, to the people that are sitting next to you, and to the entire Tufts community. This world that you're going out into has changed a lot in the last 40 years. A lot. And the world will change a lot more in the next 40. But that change will come faster. And with that change will come uncertainty and fear and anxiety and difficulty. One thing is very certain. Change is part of the journey that you are on. And one thing is known, the pace of change will never be as slow as it is today. Your Tufts engineering degree has served you well, will serve you well in your engineering career, as it has served me. Your generation of graduates, a little different from those of us in the early 80s, your generation of graduates must be nimble and agile, pivot ready and risk tolerant, and you'll need to find, just as we heard the speaker mentioned this morning, you'll need to find your North Star. You'll need to find something that will guide you and something to fall back on when you're faced with these decisions and conflicts and opportunities and challenges and losses. But I promise you, that North Star, as it comes into focus, and it will take time, perhaps even several years, what burns brightest and hottest at the center of that North Star will be what you take with you from your time on the Hill. Several years ago, when I was a provost, I used to tell our graduates each spring that we were counting on them to solve the various serious problems we face as a people and population and planet, and that our very future depended on their wisdom, their ingenuity, and their commitment, and their success. That's all still true. But we live today in a different period of time, one that's been characterized as a meta-crisis, a period of political upheaval and economic insecurity and social unrest, global conflict and attempts to foment hatred and to create divisions and unwind progress that is made over decades. And this is not just in our country, this is around the world. You're launching into that very messy world with two of the greatest advantages that I can imagine: a Tufts engineering degree and the boundless energy of someone in their 20s. Democracy's fragility right now is on full display. The world order is being challenged. The gap between the wealthy and the poor is widening. And we still haven't figured out how to solve the greatest problems that would seem to be the simplest to fix: feeding the world's population with the sufficiency we know exists in the world's food supply, and stopping practices we know to be doing the most damage, the most permanent and lasting damage to the only thing that sustains us, Earth. There is no plan B. So today I'm adding my hopes to each of you, all of these newest Tufts engineers. And for each of you, each of the people that you will work with and inspire and lead and perhaps raise, use your gifts from Tufts wisely. Focus your energies on where they're most needed and do the work that speaks to you. Love what you do, give generously, show our nation and the world a new path forward, lead us in better directions. Engineers, start your engines. We need you. Guide us with brighter lights, your lights. Go with grace and proceed with purpose. So today marks the end of your chapter at Tufts, and it's a capstone, and it certainly deserves to be celebrated, but it's called commencement for a reason. Commencement is also the beginning as you enter the next chapter in your professional careers. You are armed with one of the best tools you can have, that Tufts engineering degree. So go forward, go onward, go upward with humility and with humanity and with that grace and with that purpose. Your successes will shine brightly on Tufts and on your faculty and all those who love you. But we'll also add needed points of light to our communities, to our nation, and to the world. Tufts is known for its points of light, and today you add to those. I'd like to close by sharing a piece I wrote for a commencement ceremony on my own campus, a short piece, when I was a provost. And I've modified it ever so slightly for today. But it's called, appropriately enough, Light on the Hill, which of course comes from my time at Tufts. Today is a day rich in tradition, steeped in ritual, marked by ornate pageantry. Your gowns and your caps and your stoles are all timeless and universal symbols of your dedication to learning, and more specifically, to learning here at Tufts. I often say universities are the only places you get to dress up and parade around in medieval robes, once, twice, if you're lucky, 3 times a year. But we take this moment to reflect on the significance of this day. Let us consider a symbol that's unique to Tufts, the steeple of Goddard Chapel. The steeple is a beacon and an icon and a reminder of the importance of our university and the familiar anchor that illuminates our way. This light on the hill is as compelling as it is constant. It serves as a reminder of the powerful role that universities play in our communities and in our society, and of the tremendous opportunities afforded those of us who have had the privilege to study and learn on their beautiful campuses. This light is also a symbol of your preparation and your promise and the profound responsibility you now have to illuminate the path of others. Yes, let today be a day of celebration, but let it also be a day of commitment to the future and commitment to the important role each of you will play, creating a safe and sustainable and prosperous tomorrow. For those of us who have had the great privilege of standing under our beautiful steeple, and more importantly, for those who have not. Congratulations, Tufts School of Engineering, class of 2026.
Thank you so much for those words of wisdom, Dr. Rosowski. Thank you again for joining us today. Your insights are inspiring. We're grateful to have you here to help celebrate this special day. Please join me in giving Dr. Rosowski a round of applause.
Thank you, Dean Lee and Dr. Rosowski. Now, it's time to recognize the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science. Students should make their way to the right of the stage. When called upon by department, names will be read individually. We ask the audience to please remain seated and keep this center aisle clear at all times, and kindly hold your applause until after each group is awarded their degrees. Matthew Panzer, Dean of Research and Professor in the Department of Chemical and Biological Engineering, and Brianna Bouchard, Assistant Teaching Professor in the Department of Mechanical Engineering, will announce our graduates. I now present the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Engineering. Professor Shelley Payton, Chair of the Department of Biomedical Engineering, will join Dean Lee in congratulating the graduates and many of the other faculty from the department as well.
Latifa Adon. Madison Page. Matthew Charles Bishop. Julian Hahn. Zahir Ahmed Bashir. Dhruv Chuk. Maya Dabol. Teha Suri. Savan Forget. Hannah Goldberg. Carrera Jackson. Fritz Oldenburg. Bodie Neumeister. Sarah Roshdi. Shui Yi Puent. Samantha Ko. Maxwell Nakatsuji. Kin Thu Luin. Sophie Oburn. Bipro Dar. Jose Armando Rodriguez Sanchez. Omar Dadara. Caitlin Ni Hong Ann Gwyn. Jean Park. Sabrina Eng. Michelle Yi Lee. Josh Kopstein. Charlie J. Wayrich. Ariel Foyer. Sofia del Castillo. Lauren Kana Suzuki. Ella Rose Canis. Cole Donato. Grace Catherine Costello. Nora McCary. Caitlin Taliaferro. Aaron Olawoyan. Rola Kazir. Kara Mokin. Farsine Sied. Macy Halim. Julia Rivera. Caroline Kelly. Steffi Julian. Layla Madeline Schaefer. Vio Ta. Amanda Kaiping Lee.
I now present the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Chemical Engineering. Professor Manolis Anakakis, Chair of the Department of Chemical and Biological Engineering, will join Dean Lee in congratulating the graduates.
Isabella Riley Wallingford. Alexandra Charlene Taylor. Maria Reyes Palma. Julia Drost. Defna Zabek. Francesca Dovidio. Hudson Yu. Eliana Montgomery. Alexandra Rose Dean. Anson Kwan. Richard Pardo Abuso. Stacy Gongxi Liang. Isabel Ann Duffy. Mia Veronica Parangalan. Spencer Pickering. Helen Gao. Isabel Xiao Antilla. Tarkan Ayata.
I now present the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering. Professor Lori Bays, Chair of the Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering, will join Dean Lee in congratulating the graduates.
Cecilia Mackenzie Sweeney. Charles Oakley Winters. Aaron Langridge. Adrian D. Sack. Aviva Rosenfeld. Caitlin Maloney. Luca Franco de Paula Ethan Kessler. Ashley Forkey. Bisrat Yismashewa. Ada Dionel Hennessy. Lena Sugru. Addison Janine Carson. Bergen Kane. Sunna Nicholson. Brody A. Snyder. Matthew John DiFiore. Milo Kiduvagu. Alexandra A. Reyes. Sylvie Fernandez. Ella Rose Voorhees.
I now present the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Environmental Engineering. Professor Bays and Dean Lee will congratulate the graduates.
Nishka Lahiri. Theo June Kalbish. Fagan Doyle. Stefano Chiampo. Trelijah Williams. Sayaka Hirano. Eva Schreiner.
Jasmine Elise Lamotte, my daughter.
Olga Dernova. Nora Conti. Brooke Chomko. Jeffrey Wang. Jared E. Chin. Julian Rafe Avery Kelly.
I now present the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Professor Jeffrey Foster, Chair of the Department of Computer Science, will join Dean Lee in congratulating the graduates.
Alexander Henry Lee. Angela Huynh. Roby Hennick. Abdullah Abdi. Johan Zhang. Brian Yang. Akash A. Chatterjee. Wesley Joe. Joe Ansel Pulapava. Luciano Galvani. Tyler Lynn. Andrew Kochi. Carissa Ashley Wong. Lily Como. Merwan Amog Malakapali. James Hartley. Donatello Sassaroli. Yasmina Farah Torres. Keiji Numata. Manuel Peña. Cooper Golem. Jackson Adkins. Prince K. Melida. Jordan Anthony Powsey. Luke Randolph. Reed Bodley. Javier Laveaga. Advith Corley Reddy. Lakshita Jain. Ava Sim. Yoda Ermias. Nahir Lara Osden. Sophie Clemens. Eleanor Elkis. Riddy Sani. Gu. Geneva Lucia Barantes Cheng. Megan Yi. Dilanor Baraktar. Sheza Chaudhry. Sarah Simmons. Perusi Acestas Masuba. Asta Shah. Varlene Becchetti. Shannon Tang. Lydia Chen. Yvette Rose. Harrison Stephen Schneider. Jason S. Miller. Sophia Jean Carney. Luke Tran. Frank Lee. Allison Ferner. Jake Kerrigan. Cameron Sylvia. Milo Reed Goldstein. Moises Almeida. Daniel S. Glorioso. Holden Kittleberger. Shane Sidman. Will B. Fowler. Aiden McComiskey. Nathaniel Edwards. Carly Siegel. Aleka Rao. Ankita Raman. Catherine Ann Casey. Cordelia Ludden. Isabella Bach. Ivan Pravdin. Charles William Biskupiak. Joshua Bernstein. Connor Jason Zamory. Tyler Coles. Vincent Wong. Arden June Valenchek. Duncan Johnson. Richard Gagan. Cullen Thomas McCaleb. Luke Brennan. James Gibbs. Connor Townsend. Nathaniel Pfeffer. Vivian Lau. Emma Sasanoff. Jeremy Adam Lawrence. You're good. Pause for a minute.
I now present the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Data Science. Professor Foster and Dean Lee will congratulate the candidates.
Julia Dolce. Sam J. Wood. Owen Haber. Liam Shack. Lam Swan Buck. Jacob Zion Ko. Jonathan Chung. Hassan Kara. Kevin Yu. Kiara M. Martello. Nadia Flaughton Anderson. Awo A. Ali. Dana Perry.
I now present the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering. Professor Samir Sankasil and Dean Lee will congratulate the graduates.
Emmett Roberts. Patrick Hennessy. Senri Nakamura. Alex Moy. Alexis B. Obu. Sahad Adel Waba Ahmed. Julie Anastasia Noel. Amanda B. Yan. Erica Miyeon Kim.
I now present the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Computer Engineering. Professor Sankasil and Dean Lee will congratulate the graduates.
Cole Morrill. Jack Burton. Matthew J. Dacey. Eric Marshall Roloff. Abe Nelson. Josh Wilkie. Spencer Goss. Oh. Thank you for the warning.
Naomi Arnold, my daughter.
Danielle Monica Price. Jacob Merritt. Aoife O'Reilly. Max Antonini. Griffin S. Fasher. Amitav Nath. Quan Vu. Anna Lee. Karen Bay. Amanda Lexine Enriquez Sanga.
I now present the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Engineering Physics. Professor Sankasil and Dean Lee will congratulate the graduates.
Max Miller Hoden.
I now present the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering. Professor Jason Reif, Chair of the Department of Mechanical Engineering, and several mechanical engineering faculty will join Dean Lee in congratulating the graduates.
Adeline Hayes Mock. Ani Belorian. Asinam Lutsu. Cade Field Smith. Connor Higgins. Jinwoo Hill. Zena Cao. Julia Pierres. Liam O'Hare Severa. Christopher Thronson. Haley Limeback. Megan McDonald. Camille Liu. Elif Uzeli. Alexia Tiffany Ultramar. Shayuka Jean Pascal Chusa. Elias Bilal. Andrew Alexander. Stephen Rauso. Megan Lee. Audrey O'Rourke. Harper Johnston. Ryan Cole. Benjamin Ouyang Fisher. Leah Hannes. Vanessa Corsi. Sidra Nayel Fwazi. Marie Cisse. Aaliyah J. Banks. Matthew Liu. Paul Alejandro Galvan de Alba. Kilder Joao Sonic Gill. Denise Ray Wingfield. Jana Daya. Andy Navarro Brenes. Sol Arami Brizuela Baez. Catherine Kostak. Ariana Olivares. Leslie Apanica Cortez. Colette Laliberte. Natalie Delimagine. Agel Dante Alexis Mitchell. Charlie McLean. Sam Mard. Yair Wall. Quinn Hellewell Hampson. William Casado. William Humphrey Fisher. Jack Wong. Noah Sexenian. Eli Takuse Barrett Singer. Roberto Carlos Garcia. Nikhilesh Ratan. Julian G. Moody. Harry Kaya Prager, sorry. Nathan William Henderson. Robert Arsenault. Liam Higgins. Alex Flynn. Benjamin LeDrew. Tyler Chason. Lucy Wolf. Theo Prince. James Hill Perlmutter. Owen Palatroni. Sam Bronstein. Callum Nazir Rizvi. Caroline Rose Bauer. Blake Kakoa Pastron. Joshua Ross Fliegler.
I now present the candidates for the Bachelor of Science with a program of study in Human Factors Engineering. Professor Reif and Dean Lee will congratulate the graduates.
Thomas Javon Coney. Marlon Joseph Ward Jr. Allison Akok Yi. Elsa Austinson. Quinn Rose Walton. Liliana Sigalovsky. Fable Scott. Soraya Basri. Rachel Grace Wu. Amalicia Jade Trinidad Gonzalez. Lauren Wu. Oren Cohen.
I now present the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Engineering. Dean Stephen and Dean Lee will congratulate the graduates.
Sarah Abo.
I now present the candidates from the School of Arts and Sciences with a second major in an engineering discipline.
Mahin Ali. Iman Bolwa. Anne Marielle Vinanawe. Luca Shane Aramina O'Neill. Elef Tharira Ipida Panakadis. Tamara Hook. Abigail Jung. Kiara Madison Rogers. Daniel Piersuch. Noah Novick. Beatrix Huang Salgo. Nathaniel Eugen Bettner. Alex Lee. Angelique Zong. Katerina Raul de Gama Lobo Deca.
Congratulations to the newly confirmed graduates from the School of Engineering. In just a moment, Dean Lee will conclude today's ceremonies. Please stay seated until the platform party has departed the stage and the graduates have completed their recessional. Also, please make sure to vacate this area after the ceremony concludes so that the next ceremony can start on time.
Thank you, Dean Ramsberg. Once again, congratulations to all of the graduates. Woo! As you move forward into the next phase of your journey, I urge you to connect with the local chapter of the Tufts Alumni Association. You're now part of a vast network of over 100,000 Tufts alumni worldwide. Your fellow Jumbos can assist you in building a community, keeping you updated on upcoming events, and networking with peers and alumni in your field. It has been an honor to share this moment with you. Although you may be departing from Tufts, the friendships and connections you've made here are enduring. As you embark on new endeavors, we wish you much success and joy. On behalf of the Board of Trustees of Tufts University and the faculty of the School of Engineering, I officially conclude these ceremonies. Please join me in a final round of applause for Tufts School of Engineering, class of 2026.